Getting the authentic look of film may seem like a pipe dream, but it is actually possible to achieve the look for your digital video. The answer is with film emulation LUTs. Well, what if you could get 13 of the best film emulations for Premiere, DaVinci, or Final Cut for free and start using them in just minutes? Now, a big part of making your video look like film is in how you use these. So before I reveal how you'll be able to get these, I'm gonna show you how to properly use them in Premiere, Final Cut, and DaVinci so they look real. And while I might show you something in one editor, the principles I'm showing are universal to all three. So let's start first in Premiere Pro. You can see these shots already have a base correction applied, so you wanna do your base corrections first. Next, you'll want to add an adjustment layer above your clips so that the same film emulation gets applied to all the clips underneath. In my case, I already have an adjustment layer added with an instance of Lumetri, so we'll go to the Creative panel and browse for the film emulation LUTs. In addition to these 13 film emulations, you'll also be getting LUTs for log to Rec 709 conversions, as well as 40 different colorist look LUTs. But in here, you'll find film emulation LUTs for Agfa, Fuji, Kodak, and Polaroid film stocks. Let's try Fuji ASTIA 100F, and boom! We get an amazing contrasty look with deep colors and muted skin tones. To preview the other options more quickly, I'll add Cinema Grade to the clip and go to the final grading page where I've already imported the LUTs. We'll go for the Fuji Eterna 3513. Wow, that gives us a sort of nice orange teal look. Let's see the before and after. Notice the richness in the skin tones and the poppy colors. Let's try a more funky film. Let's try the Polaroid 600. It adds some yellowish tones to the main character while adding some magenta to the background and slightly raising the shadows. Looks amazing too. Now remember, we can tweak or further refine the look of the film stock with the color tools either here in Cinema Grade or back in Lumetri. We can use these emulations as either our final look or as a starting point. So let's see how we can modify the stock and push the look further in Final Cut. Here we have this beautiful shot that is already looking great with the base correction being applied. We'll select the adjustment layer on top, apply the custom LUT effect, and apply one of the Kodak film emulations, going for the Kodak Ektachrome 64. I'm totally digging what it's doing with the colors in the shot, but I'm not a fan of how it's affecting the skin tones, making them look overly yellowish. We can confirm this is happening in the vector scope. So to address this, let's add a hue versus saturation effect. And by the way, the same curves tool is available in the other editors. Now with it applied, we'll go to the hue versus hue, and with the color picker, I'll click over the girl's face to isolate the hue range for the skin, and then bring the middle point up until the trace aligns with the flesh line in the vector scope. Let's see the before and after. Perfect. So you may have to do this with certain film stocks to make sure that the skin tones look right. Now, most oftentimes, beginners will try for these really heavily tinted looks in the color grade, when in reality, they just need something more subtle that gives that cinematic vibe, and these film emulations will give you that. So let's try another one, and to get a better idea of our options, we'll preview them with Cinema Grade. Let's try the Kodak Vision 2083 LUT. And wow, it's too strong, but don't freak out because we can dial it back with the mix slider. It's still looking a little too contrasty for my taste, so using Cinema Grade's point and click grading, we'll click on the highlights and drag down to bring down the highlights. Then we'll click on the shadow areas and drag up to bring up the shadows a bit. The highlights are looking a little yellowish, so we'll switch to the color temperature tool and drag down to cool down the shot. And that's it. Let's look at the before and after. It gives us a very nice Technicolor vibe like color film in the 50s. I'm loving it. Finally in Resolve, here we have a small edit where I'll group the clips together so we can apply the same film emulation to the group. To import our LUTs into Resolve, we'll go to the project settings, color management, open LUTs folder, and paste all three folders in there. Then hit update lists, and that's it. We'll find the LUTs in the LUT panel, and we can just double click on any one of them to apply them to a node. I'll go for the Fuji Eterna 8563, and that's already looking great. The image could be a little brighter, so we'll address that by creating a node before the LUT and bring the gamma up just a bit. In general, it's best to make color corrections prior to the film emulation, as the LUT tends to bake in the contrast, making it impossible to recover detail after. So in DaVinci Resolve, color correction should be done in the node prior to the LUT, and in Premiere and Final Cut, the correction should be done above the LUT in the filter or video effects stack. Okay, let's take a look at the before and after. We're getting a warm, saturated image with deep colors. Chef's kiss, that looks amazing. So how do you grab these? Well, all you need to do is click on the link below in the description. You'll need to expand the section and go to where I have a link for the 70 LUTs Master Collection. They're a $450 value, but we're currently giving them away for free for a limited time. Just click the download link and follow the instructions for downloading them onto your computer. And if you want a quick way to preview LUTs like you've seen here with CinemaGrade, I'll also include a link for it in the description so you can check that out. It's a plugin that works in Premiere, Final Cut, and Resolve for both Windows and the Mac. You get direct on-screen color grading, Lightroom-style controls, false color mode for getting the right exposure, easy shot matching, and support for the X-Rite color checker chart for doing automatic corrections. And that's it. I hope that you're able to get more cinematic looking video with these emulations. Check out CinemaGrade to make this process easier. And if you'd like more videos like this and more free tools, click the subscribe button and then the bell to be notified of our next video. Let's make CinemaGrade video.